In the hidden chambers of the Nazi occult movement, among the symbols, rituals, and pseudoscience, there existed a name that was never written in official documents but whispered behind closed doors: the Vril Society. Its origins allegedly trace back to 19th century mystics and theosophists who believed in a life force energy called Vril, a universal power that could fuel machines, heal the body, and bend matter with thought alone. While science dismissed it as fiction, certain factions within the SS took it seriously, very seriously. By the early 1940s, under the patronage of Heinrich Himmler, the Vril concept was merged with Nazi ideology. Enter Maria Orsic, a psychic medium from Vienna with long, uncut hair said to act as a conduit for cosmic energy. Orsic claimed to have received messages from beings in the Aldebaran star system, transmitted through trance states. These weren't mere spiritual affirmations. They were engineering schematics, written in a bizarre mix of ancient Sumerian and Nordic runes. The blueprints, she said, described a craft that didn't burn fuel but instead manipulated torsion fields through consciousness-directed energy. In underground facilities near Berchtesgaden, and possibly beneath occupied Prague, engineers and SS scientists attempted to turn these blueprints into reality. Witness accounts from local civilians, collected years after the war, spoke of high-pitched hums in the night, bright flashes from shuttered buildings, and strange circular footprints scorched into the snow. One Czech laborer later told his grandson, "They were building something that didn't want to be built." There are fragmentary reports of a device known as the Jenseitsflugmaschine, the otherworld flight machine, capable of vertical lift without propulsion using Vril fields. A declassified British document from 1946 even references an intercepted German communique mentioning progress on phase oscillation containment. No context, no follow-up. And then, in March 1945, Maria Orsic vanished, along with her closest collaborators. Some believe they fled to South America. Others claim they left Earth entirely, taking their knowledge and their machines with them. In the ruins of a lab beneath Prague Castle, Allied soldiers found notebooks filled with incomprehensible diagrams, symbols, and one final note, handwritten and left deliberately open: "No one is staying here." Whether the Vril Society ever built a functional craft is unknown. No machine has surfaced, no photos, no official trace. But in the years after the war, something strange did happen. An explosion in UFO sightings, especially over Germany and later the United States. Some believe that the Vril technology was either destroyed, buried, or absorbed by whoever found it first. Others say it still exists, hidden beneath Antarctic ice or locked inside clandestine programs far from public view. Was Vril real, or the fantasy of a regime desperate to escape the laws of nature? Either way, the story of the Vril Society reminds us the Nazis weren't just seeking global domination. They were searching for a cosmic shortcut to godhood, and were willing to cross any boundary, even reality itself, to find it. The Silphium mystery. Silphium was a treasured herb of the ancient world, found only in a narrow strip along the Libyan coast. It was esteemed by Greeks and Romans for its medicinal and culinary properties. Known as Silphium in Latin, the resin of Silphium was worth its weight in silver. It was used as a spice, remedy, and aphrodisiac. So central was it to Cyrene's economy that its image adorned the city's coins. Even Julius Caesar reportedly stockpiled large quantities in the Roman treasury. The plant was consumed in various ways: its stems as vegetables, roots in vinegar, and resin as seasoning. Livestock fed with Silphium produced highly prized meat. Medically, it treated ailments from digestive issues to skin conditions. It also gained a reputation as a love tonic. Despite its fame, the plant's exact identity remains unknown. Ancient texts describe it as a member of the fennel family. Many believe it was a unique species of ferula, related to Asafoetida. When Silphium became scarce, Asafoetida was used as a substitute. Though seen as inferior, by the 1st century AD, Silphium had all but vanished. Pliny the Elder noted that only one plant remained, presented to Emperor Nero. Its extinction likely resulted from overharvesting, environmental change, and the failure to cultivate it. Silphium could not be farmed. It grew only in the wild under specific conditions. As demand soared, collectors likely uprooted too many plants. Overgrazing and deforestation may have disrupted its habitat. The upland plateaus that once nurtured it suffered from erosion and desertification as the population expanded. Efforts to control harvesting proved ineffective against economic pressures. The plant's unique biology and limited habitat made recovery impossible. By the Middle Ages, Silphium was legend, its taste unmatched by any replacement. The loss of Silphium remains one of history's earliest recorded botanical extinctions. Its story underscores the vulnerability of natural resources when exploitation outpaces preservation. Honjo Masamune. The Honjo Masamune is believed to have been one of the finest swords ever forged in Japan. Created by the renowned smith Goro Masamune in the late 13th century, it later became a symbol of power for the Tokugawa shogunate, named after General Honjo Shigenaga, who captured it in battle in 1561. The blade passed through elite hands until it was designated a national treasure in 1939. Following Japan's surrender in 1945, the U.S. occupation ordered the confiscation of all weapons. Tokugawa Ieyasu, a descendant of the ruling family, dutifully surrendered the Honjo Masamune, along with other heirlooms, to a police station in Tokyo. In January 1946, the sword was reportedly handed over to a U.S. officer who identified himself as Silphium. That name, however, does not correspond to any known American servicemen. After this handoff, the trail of the Honjo Masamune goes cold. It has never been seen in public or private collections since. Theories abound. One possibility is that it was simply destroyed, discarded along with thousands of other surrendered blades that were melted down or dumped into the ocean. Some question whether its remarkable craftsmanship would have allowed it to go unnoticed during such disposal. Another theory posits that Silphium was a fictional name, perhaps invented by someone in the Japanese police who kept the blade for personal gain. Alternatively, the sword may have been taken back to the United States by a serviceman as a war trophy and remains in a private collection, passed down through generations or sold quietly on the black market. Over the years, collectors and historians have hoped it would resurface. In 2013, a previously lost Masamune sword appeared at a museum in Kyoto, but it turned out to be a different blade, the Shimazu Masamune, missing since 1862. Despite ongoing rumors, the Honjo Masamune's fate remains one of Japan's great post-war mysteries. Whether destroyed, hidden, or simply mislabeled in some forgotten attic, the most celebrated sword of Japan has yet to return.